Hola Colchoneros, welcome to Atleti Fanatics, and we are back with the new episode, back with the clean sheet, back with the win. Perfect weekend, 3-0, very calm. I mean, like, first half, it was a little bit frustrating, but second half was like much better, I would say. So before we start, just like and subscribe, and we are on the road to hit 500 subscribers. So please help us achieve that. And moving on to the match, I mean, first half, I think it should have been. This was kind of a match which you remember, like 3 seasons ago, it ended in a 6-1. This was like similar match. Like I said, 5-0 because I was expecting more goals, and again, it was 3-0. But like the chances we had, it could have been easily 5-0,
Which
6-0,
I said three
easily.
zero.
There you go. Yeah, good one, Saint. You'll get a voucher of $2. Okay. So what I'm saying is, it could have been easily a high-scoring game, easily, but it's good. Griezmann with the 200 goal in La Liga, and then we haven't conceded a goal in 3 matches, which is good. That's 270 minutes. Good thing. Jose Jimenez is back. Alex Baena again back to creating chances, which was interesting to see him in the midfield role, replacing Pablo Barrios, obviously. And then we keep the pressure running. We keep chasing Real Madrid, and now we have the 2 home games, which again I think would be should be easy. Before again we go to Getafe, that's going to be a very hard game. But and it was very good to see Simeone and Almeida. Did you see the
I saw
pre-match
it.
interview?
Yeah, saw it, yeah.
Yeah, that was a very nice gesture from both the managers. So it was good. Giuliano is on, I don't know, Koke said he's on Llorente's diet. We can see that. The guy is literally running wild on the right wing, which is good to see. I think Giuliano is really now establishing himself as like the top, at least top 5 players in this team, for sure. Like that right midfield position is so much occupied by Giuliano. And again, this guy came out of nowhere, so which is actually very good to see. We don't have to like spend big. We had a solution in our academy. We had a solution in the. Yeah, I don't want to go much in the in cojones of Simeone, if that makes sense. But anyway, we move on to the match. I think, what do you think about the lineup, which was starting lineup, which was against Sevilla?
I think when we talked about it in a preview, where we said there's a possibility of Solat starting, but I kind of felt I was like I wasn't surprised at the point at what you pointed out, but I didn't really. I thought this was not the game to do so because there wasn't a deep need to. Um, and I think when you look at signings that we made in the summer window and the way that we used our preseason, the main thing that we were focusing on was the plan A. Plan A is uh, the Alvarez plan, where Alvarez is the main focus of our attack. You have either Baena, uh, Raspadori, or Almada, all helping out to make it so that they can facilitate in terms of chance creation. If Alvarez wants to, he can come back and drip it up or whatever. But it's the constant movement of all of these players, constant chance creation, constant thing, and it's the pressing from the midfield. It's the movement from the midfield to effectively suffocate the team and do it in a way that you can stretch your defense in an interesting facility. I think when I saw the 11, I wasn't mad at the Solot being there. I was more so mad at Nico because I thought Nico hasn't been good in the last 2 games. He needed rest clearly, and we saw Almada literally score a goal in the Osasuna game. So I was thinking to myself, it would make more sense since Ruggieri is starting, right? I was happy that Ruggieri is starting. Since Ruggieri is starting, Almada and Ruggieri already have some sort of good connection on that left wing. Playing them together unlocks what Ruggieri can do off the ball in terms of the chance creation and off the ball runs, while also letting Almada almost ghost past players. because they forget that he's there because there's a big, tall Italian dude running down the pitch, right? So it allows both of them to focus off each other, as well as in defense, where Almada struggles with headers, as we've seen in the other games. Ruggieri can cover him because Ruggieri is a much taller and much more aerially mobile player. So they have a nice connection, but him and Nico don't really have that connection. They don't quite bounce off each other quite as well. And I thought to myself, as much as Nico is the two wingers thing with Nico and Solat is a good sort of idea, it kind of falls short in practice rather than in theory. Outside of that, the Bayern midfield, don't know how I felt about it. The last time I think I seen that was in the Olympics, where Barrios and Bayern and Firmino were all together. Bayern and Barrios were double pivot. Kind of worked. It was mostly it felt more what Barrios single pivot, and similar kind of feeling today. Like Bayern did really well in terms of chance creation. Like he still did his job, but in terms of the other parts, I feel like Sevilla kind of overrun us in the midfield, and it was an experiment. But to say it was 100% successful, you can't say that. But it's successful enough that you have to think about it. If you know what I mean. So that's my thoughts on the lineup. Well, what are your thoughts on the lineup, Alex?
Well, I did tell you this in the preview. Like I won't be surprised if I see Bayern in midfield instead of Barrios, because we were watching the match against Real Betis. So both of them players were, interchanging. Barrios was going up front, Bayern was dropping in midfield, and then sometimes Bayern was going up front, Barrios was dropping in midfield. So I wasn't surprised by this, Bayern playing in midfield. And I did tell you, like, I feel Sorloth will start as well, because again, against Sevilla, you need that physical presence. But then, and that's why Nico Gonzalez starting makes sense as well, because of that physical presence you need against Sevilla. Because you could see in midfield, like, there were fouls, they were physically tough, even in the first half, and you were like doing with the crosses. So Sevilla is a very physical team. And I remember Marcao was tackling Sorloth, where Sorloth actually fell on Marcao, and like he literally felt it on himself. But yeah, against Sevilla, you have to be physical. So that's where I see Nico Gonzalez starting. So I didn't have a problem with it, because I knew what Simeone was going with. And to me, Ruggieri, I was happy with Ruggieri starting, obviously. But I thought like it's going to be the same lineup from the Real Betis, with just Barrios replacing Baina. Baina replacing Barrios, and then Sorloth will move up front. And so that's what I thought. But Ruggieri, I didn't really thought like he'll start, but like he did. That's good. I think he had a pretty good game as well. No complaints on that regard. But I think like he should improve on his crossing. That's what I would say. Like the crossing has to be improved for Ruggieri, because there was a few chances where he got up front, and then the crosses weren't that good. But it's good. I think he got full 90 minutes to play, which is good. We were asking for more minutes for Ruggieri. He got those minutes, so that's good. And other than this, I think we had pretty much Sevilla on. Like I think against Sevilla, this was, I think, for a perfect lineup. You had a perfect balance of technicality and physical play as well. But let's just talk about the first half right now. So again, the first 15 minutes, it was very good for Atleti. And the thing that frustrated me in the first half, I mean, like we'll talk about Baina's, the chances he created.
Mm-hmm.
But the that frustrated me in the first half was unnecessary long balls to Sorloth. Unnecessary. Like you just want back. Keep it. So you have like Baina is playing in midfield for what? Create chances. Use him, but like you're not him. Whenever Baina got the ball, he created something. He created the chance to Sorloth, which was again a great pass. I didn't see that pass at all, which he made to Sorloth with the first touch as well. And the second one again, he created for then Nico Gonzalez chance. Obviously, Nico Gonzalez could have scored 2 goals in the first half, which anyway. But he created 4 chances. So the more you get Baina on the ball, the more you'll see the chances. Even Julián Álvarez. So we really needed to get these guys on the ball more. But what we were doing long balls for no reason. David Hansko, long ball to Sorloth. Jimenez, long ball to Sorloth. So at one point it was becoming frustrated because again, like you just want possession back. Use it. Try to play it in their half. Try to play Baina or Julián Álvarez up front. They can create something instead of going long balls for no reason. Instead, drive the ball to their half. That's the only thing that frustrated me in the first half. Other than that, yeah, again, my twin brother Alex Baina, just like you guys keep saying, I think he had a very good game in midfield, which is a good, like if Paulo Baris gets, let's say like this, unfortunately he got injured, which says he will be back for the Champions League game against USG, hopefully. So Alex Baina can be a player who can be used in midfield. So that's good to see. This is the same thing same case we saw Samolino. Simeone is trying to do with Samolino, playing him in midfield. With Samolino, it wasn't really that successful because Samolino is not really that kind of a player who would give you that option in midfield. What he is, he's a perfect winger. He won't be like a midfielder. But with Baina, it's different. This guy can play as a midfielder. This guy can play as a number 10. This guy can play as a left midfielder as well. So playing Baina midfield, I would say it's a good thing because again we have an option midfield as well if Paulo Barrios gets injured or something, because then we have someone a creative presence in midfield other than Barrios. But again, having said that, I don't want Baina in midfield. I would like him up front with Julián Álvarez. I would like him up front with Julián Álvarez because again, like if Baina gets near to the goal, he's very different. In midfield, yes, he's good, but like he's even better when he's close to the goal. Even Simeone said this in his post-match interview. So again, so you have to use Baina with his all of qualities where he's like a threat to the other team. That's what I would say. But the first half, again, great ball to Sorloth, which again wins an aerial battle. Give it to Nico Gonzalez. Should be a goal. He misses. Comes back to Baina. Again, Nico Gonzalez empty. Such a bad touch. And then again, he misses. And then there's this pass to Sorloth. And then there was one more chance. I can't really remember. Yeah, again, to Sorloth, where he was trying to control with his chest. Nico Gonzalez. He hit the post. So yeah, 4 chances. I mean, Baina has created like the most chances in Europe's top 5 leagues in last 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And
despite
like
the fact that he's been injured so long in Atletico, he's still
exactly, with so many less minutes as well. So we have a quality player in our hands. If we use him well, we can have a very good season with Baina and Alvarez. Like I said, like we used to be a team where we just used to have like, let's just say like 1 or 2 players that were world class. For example, in the past we just used to have Antoine Griezmann, and then the rest were like okay, but they were not world class. But now we have world class players.
Koke is world class. Don't do that.
I mean, Koke is world class. Yes,
don't do that.
But I mean, like we, like I said, like 1-2. I said 1-2. Okay, so you can put him there. 3, fine. Jan Black as well. But
I think at the very, very top level of Atletico, when you look at like our best team, somewhere between like 2014 to 2017, you'd have Felipe Luis, you'd have Koke, Oblak, Griezmann. You could see like whoever. Usually, it's in between that period of time, it was either Falcao, Diego Costa, or somebody else, right? So
no, but I meant like, for example, Real Madrid, they have like 6, 7 world class players. They have options. They can use them.
We always
didn't
had
really have that luxury.
1 less than them, 1 or 2 less at the very peak of our powers. In the past 5 years, we've had like 2. So you can't really push. You can't really say too much in the past like 5 years. Yeah.
No, but like now I think like we have more world class players than we used to have in the past. I mean, like yes, you can say, but now like like as the season is going, I think we have much better players as compared to others.
That's a topic for another day.
Another time. I mean, again, like see, I'm coming from a team where our like most expensive signing was Javi Galan. So see, this is I'm getting used to this. So
yeah.
Anyway. So now we do have players who can actually affect the game. So we have to use them. Like I said, Baina should be an undisputed starter in this team for sure.
Mm-hmm.
He should, I think, Julián Álvarez and Baina, Jan Black, Jimenez, and then David Hansko, these Giuliano as well. These 5-6 players. Baris as well. Okay, this seven. I'll add 7, 8 players. There has to be in the team. You can't sub them for no reason.
Yeah.
And I would also say, I think like Koke has given his best. He's running out of energy now. You can see it. There's this Giuliano tried to set up Koke in the first half, which Koke really moved like very very slow. So I think Koke has given his best. Again, the guy is getting older, is getting slow legs. He's good, yes, but again, like
That's fine.
Simeone is
That's
Simeone is overusing him at the moment because again, like him, I mean, like he had his energy. He used it with Real Madrid. He used it with other games as well, where he was very good. Now you can see him; he's getting tired. So I think Koke needs rest. So that's good. Johnny Cardoso is back, and Pablo Barres will be back soon. So I need a rest for Koke in the next game against USG. Either play Gallagher or you can go with Baina as well in midfield. Gallagher and Baina. I wouldn't mind that. I think we can take USG with both of them on midfield. But we can. Trust me, we can. But anyway, that's
like
another
burn of the
topic.
day.
But another topic. Yes, defensively, I would say if in the first half we were pretty good. I mean, since Jose Jimenez is back, I mean, like, you can literally see he's our leader in the defense, and we haven't conceded a single goal in the past 3 matches. That says a lot. Sevilla has scored in every match they played. They couldn't score against us. Again, that's a big statement as well. So having a defender like Jose Jimenez definitely helps. You could see, like, like David Hansko, Ruggeri, or Robin Nomad, or Lorente, they're like much, much more comfortable with Jimenez playing in defense because they know, like, like if they make a mistake,
Somebody's
someone
gonna
is there. Someone is there. Yeah. So you get that relief, and then from that relief you get more confidence. So you can play those passes. You can get more time on the ball or dribble past any player. But with Longley and Robin Omand or any other player, even David Hansko, I think there used to be that urgency that you can't make mistakes because you don't know what's going to happen. But Jimenez, it's different. So that's very good to see Jimenez getting back on the pitch. But yeah, there you go, St. Geeks. Your thoughts on the first half?
Oh, before my thoughts, I have to ask you a question. How do you feel about the potential penalty Nico got in the first half? Where you remember when he took the bad touch, and then as he's about to take the shot, Aspilicueta's leg slightly touches grazes him. It's a
That that was
penalty.
that was not a penalty for me now. No, I mean,
Okay, I
this
thought
this,
so
hap-
too.
this happened in El Clasico as well, where I think it was Vinicius taking a shot, and then I think it was Balde or Yamal.
No, well, that was bad because Yamal didn't even make contact with him. Yamal made a stretch, completely missed the play early, and then Vinicius kicks Yamal afterwards, and it's like that's not a penalty.
Yeah, so it's
So
kind of
yeah,
similar only. Like Aspilicueta, he doesn't touch Nico Gonzalez. Nico Gonzalez trying to shoot, and then he hit uh, Aspilicueta instead. So that wasn't a penalty for me.
okay, yeah. I felt the same way because I was thinking to myself, uh, as a general foul, I wouldn't really give it. As a foul for a penalty, I would never give it because I was thinking to like if the referee gave it, you can't really VAR's not going to interrupt it, right? But it's one of those where I feel like your first touch was so horrendous that I feel like you don't deserve a penalty. Like that you should have scored that easily.
Exactly. Even the one he hit the post, he was empty. He could have taken a touch easily.
So
He could have taken a touch easily. But again, like you said, like that horrendous touch, you don't deserve a penalty for that for sure. Like how you can, like goal is in front of you. Instead you go there with the touch. Like
yeah. Um
it's it's really. But yeah, like you said, even Nico Gonzalez needed rest. I think, like, yes, you need his physical presence. I could see the game plan with Sorlot, Nico Gonzalez, like with their aerial ability, trying to clear the ball. Maybe Julián Álvarez makes a run in behind, or Giuliano. I could think it, or maybe Nico Gonzalez can help you defensively as well.
mhm.
But again, he needs a rest. You need to rest Nico Gonzalez. You're using him too much now. Too much. I can understand your love for your national team, your beloved teammates. No, not teammates. I mean your what do you call your people from your nation. But you have to rest Nick Gonzalez at this point. He's getting used to way too much. This guy is limping almost in past two matches. This guy is limping. And you wait for 60, 70 minutes to substitute him. This guy's literally limping. And like, he gets fouled or anything in every 10, 20 minutes. So I think Nico Gonzalez needs rest. One thing you don't want is an injury over there. So, but yeah, anyways, in case, continue.
Thoughts on the first half was it was frustrating because I think the same thing you're saying, right? But it was like constant long balls. But I feel like you kind of set yourself up a little bit when you saw the lineup in how they were doing it because Jerry, Llorente, Hanko, and Jimenez are all good in terms of build up. But when you look at Baena's not that comfortable in terms of that deep build up from there. Not maybe from the left midfield, maybe not so much at the double pivot. But even then, it's like, okay, so you notice that we're not comfortable in the build up because we don't have barriers to cover for these things. It's not the same movement isn't there, all these other things, fine. But constantly trying to do long balls for Solot and Nico just felt really kind of annoying to watch because you could see we have better players than them technically. We have more to do. I know Barrios. I think Barrios' absence was one of the most felt things in this game because I think the midfield was something I thought we could very much take advantage of against Sevilla. And yet in this game, you saw very definitively, no, they didn't feel all that comfortable taking advantage of it. Not only that, but I didn't really see Alvarez in that first half. I didn't really see too much of Giuliano in that first half, to be honest. I didn't see too much in both of their respects. And then that changed entirely in the second half. But I don't want to talk about the second half yet. I want to talk about the defense, especially in that first half, as you mentioned. But I can't remember a time when Sevilla was particularly dangerous outside of like that one shot at the end of the game, where you see Jimenez. I think there was a moment just before the second half started where you saw Oblak talking to Jimenez and Jimenez listening and then giving him whatever. And it's like that to me is what really lacked, was one of the things that we were lacking. Jimenez is a captain, a commander of that backline. He's the guy who gives you the details. Oblak is the one who wants to set his defense set up so he doesn't take unnecessary shots. Jimenez is the one who translates Oblak ideas to you, and from there, you understand what you need to do. Once the backline is settled, Oblak doesn't have to do too much, as is the case in the last 3 games. I think the only time we've been truly like the Osasuna game when he just came back, had a big chance. Betis, one big chance with the Lo Celso thing. No chance this game. So you see, in effect, Jimenez is what Jimenez does, which is Hanko, who's already a good centre-back, gets to express a consistent amount of details and things. I think Hanko's centre-back was really good today. I think his runs off the ball, you get to see all of the good parts of Hanko without the negative of, damn, I wish we had a good centre-back in his position right now. So I like that a lot. I liked it kind of, Ruggieri, I feel like, even though in the first half he was okay, nothing crazy, nothing bad, what you saw was, in effect, by having Ruggieri as a left-back, you now allow Hanko to be a very good centre-back, and that now solidifies the rest of the defense. So if Ruggieri can, let's say Ruggieri gets better as a left-back, Hanko is already good enough as a centre-back alongside Jimenez, that as a back 4 with Llorente, there's not much to complain about. The only thing after that is, do you want Llorente as a wing-back? Do you want Llorente as a third centre-back? And then that question now goes up to, well, we have Pubil who can swap between those two positions with Llorente. I'll eventually come back and talk about Molina later on. But that back line is something I was very happy to see. I think this is something that makes me happy to be an Atletico fan because throughout this entire season, I've been watching that back line and thinking to myself, I can't believe this nonsense I'm watching. I can't believe it. So I hope we never see Longley again. I hope he leaves in January. Good riddance. And the midfield, okay, as you said, the forward line, okay, but the chance creation shows that regardless of where you put Bayern on the pitch, he will do something special. As you said, a difference maker. And it was clear when we were buying him, this guy is going to be a difference maker. So everywhere we put him onto the pitch, be it a lot of minutes or limited minutes, he's had an impact. The Real Madrid game was on for like 2 seconds. His sister Griezmann goal. This game, we put him out of position. 4 chances created from deep. Nico and Sola just don't have their shooting boots. You put him further forward in the Betis game. He scores a brilliant goal and has chance creation as well. So this guy is as good as it gets. We've seen these stats. He is as good as it gets. There is nobody else. We managed to get him 40 million. Fritz was 120 something million. So it's like 3 times the price for half of the player, you know? But I don't want to hate too much on Witz. I like Witz a lot. So I'll move on from that. I think we've said enough about the first half. I think what really needs to be talked about more so is the second half. Because I think even though we had a lot of chance creation in the first half, the ability to properly break down the defenses in a set defense is really showed in the second half, not in the first half. So let's transition. Alex, thoughts on the second half, especially that first 15 or 20 minutes before the first set of substitutions? How did you feel?
I think we started pretty good. Like we started like the match, but I think I have to like say this actually. Like Julián Álvarez, I have to mention Julián Álvarez. I think first half like Julián Álvarez. I mean, even like the whole match, I would say Julián Álvarez is not looking sharp at all. I don't know what it is. Maybe he's lacking confidence or something. Because like we say about other players, like losing the ball, anything. Julián Álvarez lost the ball so many times, and Julián Álvarez, I think like he had pretty much failed dribbling attempts as well, where he got intercepted or got tackled by someone. I don't know what it is with Julián Álvarez right now. Maybe something is going on. Maybe he's not looking. He's not in the position he should be. Because again, like when I see in the first half, those Nico Gonzalez run in behind or from that solo header, I think Julián Álvarez should be there, making those runs. I mean, he's a upmost guy up front. You're on mute.
I completely forgot how it's like every time I saw Solot or Nico in our first half, I was like, damn, imagine if Julián Álvarez got that chance.
No, but yeah, exactly. Where is Julián Álvarez in that chance?
Yeah.
You can't see him. Like one long ball, Solot clears it, Nico Gonzalez on the run. Where is Julián Álvarez? He's nowhere to be seen. So I don't know. Like it's good that he scored the goal, obviously, from a penalty. That was a good penalty, by the way. Now that's a good penalty. So I would say maybe he needs that boost in confidence. But the thing is, like, again, we have 2 home games and then we have international break. Ever since the international break, Julián Álvarez is not looking the same. Before the international break, he was different. After the international break, it's different. I don't know what happened in the international break. So I think we have to find the best version of Julián Álvarez as well. The thing was, like coming to the Real Madrid derby, this guy scored a hat-trick against Rayo Vallecano. I mean, like, you can imagine how much, like, confident you must be. So that's why he performed on the way he performed against Real Madrid. And ever since that, like, again, Frankfurt as well, where he could have scored a hat-trick again. He had those chances, but it's okay. I mean, he still had a good game. So I would say, again, he has to find his form back again. Because, we need him. He's the second top goal scorer of LaLiga. He has 7 goals. Mbappe is on 13. I mean, almost double. But Mbappe is literally on a different run right now. Julián Álvarez has to get to that level because he is capable of that level. So I hope, like he can get to that level soon. But the second half, I would say, again, it was, like we were slowly starting to pressure Sevilla a lot. We started to play in their half a lot, which eventually, I think, helped us to get that first breakthrough from a penalty, which was, I don't know how the fuck referee can't see that. Like, what the fuck? This guy literally kills Jimenez. You could see the reaction from Nianzou. He literally did like this. Like, and still, like, you're not convinced. You have to go to the
I'm also
VAR.
surprised that I feel like even if he got the ball, that's a horrific challenge, and he didn't get the ball. So
For me, that was a red card. That for me, that was a red
yeah,
card.
that's a penalty and a red card because you can't make that kind
Exactly.
of swipe at all.
Exactly. That's like the boot is high as fuck, and like you're going flat down with force. So
That's
that's a red card.
that. You know the funniest part is that's the second time in the game that he managed to hit somebody in the studs because he did it against Nico earlier in the same second half as well. So it's just like, damn, this guy is
I know, but I mean, like you can say that, like, maybe the follow up after the ball,
can't be making
over
that,
there.
that shit nonsense though.
Yeah, but I mean, like on in La Liga, like you can say, like, fine, it was 50-50. He got away with it, but that was, I mean, like, you got caught in the camera, you got caught in 4K quality. How can you not give a red card over there? So that's something I don't understand. But again, even the referee, like, it happened literally in front of your eyes. You could see. I saw it from the TV itself. You can't see it on the pitch, like from like what 20 yards away. I mean, that was a blatant penalty, but thank God VAR was there. I mean, imagine VAR was not there. But anyway, there was a penalty, and that stud left a mark on him in his thigh. I think he gave those eyes to his tattoo or whatever, added more colors to his tattoo. But anyway, we got the penalty. Julian Alvarez takes it. Vlachi the Moors, he was trying to play some mind games with Julian Alvarez. Nico Gonzalez and Baena were standing there. He scores a good penalty. 1-0, good. But before that 1-0, I just want to say that with Baena again, he was taking shots. He was trying to, generate crosses. So again, he was building pressure to that Sevilla team. With also a few things happened in the second half. Sorloth was crossing the ball in the box for Julian Alvarez, which is again, I mean, like it's different. Like Sorloth should be in the middle of that D. Julian Alvarez should be creating those dances, those headers, but it's okay. Anyway, we got the first goal, first penalty, and then I think after that, like, the game opened up because then Sevilla had to push more up, and then we made those substitutions with Gallagher coming in, which I think Gallagher had a decent game in this match. And this was a perfect game for Gallagher. Physical, not that technical, because again, we talked about this in the preview. Like in midfield, it'll be a physical game. It won't be that technical. So it was a perfect game for Gallagher to come on. It's not that technical, it's just physical. You just have to push, run, make this, make that pressure in midfield. So in that manner, I think Gallagher had a good game. And then again, Nico Gonzalez was limping. Again, substitute him. I don't know why he waits so much long to substitute him. And then Thiago Almada comes in, Gallagher comes in, and then Griezmann comes in. And but for that second goal, Giuliano, the way, I don't know, like it felt like a foul to me. Did it feel like a foul to you?
Not at all. I felt like I was just like, oh wait, snap! He's just running through people now.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a, like, have you seen those? Exactly. I was just going to say, like, have you seen those videos of a freight train? Like those dumb people standing in the middle of the rail track, and the freight train just like hits them. It really felt like that. Like Giuliano Simeone, like, who went like crazy, won the ball, and then Marca was like, "Oh shit!" He, like, he's on to me, and like he tried to step up, and like it was too late. Julian took another touch, is in the box already. I think that was like just 2-3 touches. He was already in the box from like the middle of the pitch to the literally the byline of the goal. And then perfect ball for Thiago Almada. Again, this was Osasuna 2.0. Similar situation, similar ball into a goal. Thiago Almada was much closer in Osasuna. This time he was a little further away. But 2-0, perfect. Now the game is much balanced. And now you can relax. You can think about making those changes easily. So 2-0, perfect. And then you make more changes with, again, Griezmann coming in and Raspadori coming in. So it was Molina coming in. So I would say, other than Molina, I wasn't really bad with the substitutions, but I was really expecting to see Johnny Cardoso getting like 5-10 minutes.
I thought so too.
Yeah, but maybe it was good because again, Sevilla was again playing a physical game. So maybe, maybe we, kind of like, played it safe. or whatever you want to call. But again, a decent. Julián Álvarez, a great ball for Griezmann. I don't know how he don't score that one. That was easy goal. 1v1 with the keeper all the time in the world. You can do anything. You can chip it. You can dribble past the goalkeeper. I don't know what Griezmann does. Then finish, and then he finishes like a very difficult chance from the outside the box. But yeah, fine. I mean, it's your like it's your view, like how you want to take your 200 goal in La Liga. You're not take a easy chance. You want to take a different chance. But okay. And then even Thiago Almada had a good game, I would say, in the second half. Again, that goal and assist to Griezmann as well. So after the second goal, I think the game was much more in favor of Atletico de Madrid. We had much more presence in the counter attacks, where Sevilla was trying to get that one goal with Goodley taking a shot from outside the box, and then Adam, whatever. He took a header from across. Oh, that's it. I can only remember these two chances from Sevilla. Other than this, I think it was a very comfortable game in the second half, given that we got the deadlock in the 60th minute or so. After that, it became very easy for Atletico Madrid for the last 30 minutes. Your thoughts on Keeks?
I think in that same second half, I feel like it now, because of the fact that he got the substitutions right, because of the fact that things went right in that situation, now you have to say, okay, cool. Normally, Simeone doesn't always get his starting lineups right. That's perfectly fine. But substitutions are usually what separates Simeone from the rest, where he usually identifies a problem and identifies it quickly. I have seen him make first-time substitutions in the first 30 minutes if he feels like he needs to. I've seen him make a substitution on a substitution if he feels like it was the wrong decision. Did it already this season, actually. But I think what I've been most frustrated by this season has been poor substitutions. When you look at from the very first game in La Liga to now, it has been, generally speaking, bad substitution. I feel like we should have talked about it in the preview, but it was like in, let's say, the Frankfurt game, right? Because we were talking about it off camera. In that Frankfurt game, Nico doesn't start because he has a fever. Cool, no problem. Nico's on a hot run of form, but he has a fever. Let him rest. So the thought process in most Atleti fans is we're 5-1 up. It's about 60, 70 minutes in. Put in Baena, because he's now coming back. It's not going to be too arduous. I don't think Frankfurt's going to give us too much troubles now. You have Pubil, who wants to get some minutes. Carlos Martin, who wants to get some minutes. You know? Let's keep it nice. Let's keep it thing. You can even give Taufik his debut. There's nothing that could go drastically wrong enough for Taufik debut to make that worse. Molina and Nico Gonzalez, come on. For what reason? For what reason did that happen? And it's like these things happen. And I feel the same way about the Molina signing today. On the day. It's like Molina only offers a worst variant in terms of the option with Pubil. Pubil can be the centre back or he can be the wing back, depending on what you want for Llorente. Llorente is staying on the pitch regardless. So with Molina, he can only be the wing back, means that Llorente now has to be defensive. This is not ideal for Llorente because Llorente in the second half was allowed for the first time effectively to really dictate and create some pace. As you saw with Giuliano. Him and Giuliano, when they're on the right wavelength, is just a devastating combo. So they finally got a chance to create with each other, which they didn't really get in the first half. Because as much as I like Baena and his midfield performance, he's not Barrios as the linking piece between them in that right side build-up. That's not what his role is. So they didn't get to play off each other in the first half. So I'm gonna advocate again. Please play Pubil. Please. I need to see some different aspects of each other. I need to see. I think Raspadori was okay. Can't remember too much about him, but it was kind of late in the game anyway. Griezmann was very good. He had two sketchy moments: the back pass with Oblak and some other bad pass, but and then also the weird one-on-one that he didn't really score, as he said. Scored the easier chance. He scored the harder of the two chances. Not sure why, but whatever. Could have had to.
You don't get to the 200 La Liga goals in style. So these are like, nah, that's too easy for me. Have you seen that
Classic
Nike
Griezmann.
commercial?
Classic Griezmann.
Have you seen that Nike commercial where like Ronaldo is like on the he gets the ball, that animated commercial where it's like nah, that's too easy. I'll rather dribble past 100 players to score the goal. So yeah,
It's the same thing. Remember, Griezmann was one goal away from getting his from equaling or breaking the record. Didn't score for a set of games until the Real Madrid game, where he beats Modric, puts him on his ass, and then scores from outside the box with his weak foot.
yeah,
Of course.
yeah. I remember that one. Like you know, reach the milestone in style. So yeah, it makes sense because again,
That's
like so like when they'll ask you like like against whom and like how you scored the 200 goal, like oh Real Madrid, okay, interesting. Oh okay, you scored like this. Oh, okay, interesting.
that's how Griezmann is. Griezmann would have way more goals if he didn't care about that. but
True,
but I
true.
digress. I think the main thing I liked about the second half was a very different level of the dynamics. As we said, these substitutions put us back onto plan A. And when you see what happens with plan A, Sevilla's team is getting stretched. The midfield as well as the defense has to stretch now because Ruggieri is now the width instead of Nico and Ruggieri not really making sense together. So Ruggieri is the width, Almada's in the half space, Hanko is there to cover when Almada makes a forward run. Then the opposite side with Giuliano is in the width, Llorente is in the half space, and then Gallagher is there to cover for whoever wants to be here, right? Each side is causing problems for Sevilla. As a result, now you have Giuliano who can make that chance from nothing. Now you have what do you call it?
Like like since I'm just sorry, just gonna cut you on this one.
Sure.
Like we talk about Julian Alvarez like dropping his form, but like one player has stepped up, and that is Giuliano.
Yes,
To
yes, yes.
to go, like this guy has like goal against Real Betis. Before that, again assist against Osasuna, which is again vital as well to get the 3 points. So if you like see the last three matches, or maybe against the game against Frankfurt, before that, Giuliano has been vital for this team. Again, this guy has been on fire for like last 3-4 matches. So that's very good to see. Julian has dropped a little bit of form, but Giuliano has stepped up, and we have now like we say there, like Giuliano has the potential to be the world class player. He's already on the way to be a world class player, but again, he can be the difference maker. He just have to like get a few things right, and like he is exactly, and he would be unstoppable. I'm telling you, with the mentality Giuliano has, even like people gonna say like he's the son of Diego Simeone, but that mentality he has, it's very very different to find.
I remember I think because somebody quoted it on Twitter where it's like Messi told Giuliano to calm down a little bit in these positions, and since then he's been near, So I guess Messi blessing our team a little bit because of the Argentine players. Nice, but speaking of Julian, we didn't really see him in the first half, and I think only until the substitutions came on did we get to see Alvarez in his true, honest to goodness greatness, where it's like him making those decoy runs, him making those link up plays, him dropping deep, and he's like that Koke chance that happened was because Alvarez sees the run early, makes each play. Sevilla players are completely stunned; they don't know where he's coming from, and Koke cuts it back. We didn't get somebody there, but you see earlier clock that as a result of everybody is making things in concession with each other, and you get to see these moments where the game opens up. Alvarez,
Again, that comes after he scores the goal, so you could see the
that's also confidence as well. Yes,
exactly.
but I think it's clear in the 20 minutes we got the Alvarez plan versus the 70 minutes that we got the Solar plan. It was clear to me. I'm not sure why Simeone is starting Solar, because as much as I think Solar was actually quite good on the day, I think he was a lot better than in general. I think his link-up play and his hold-up play was actually fairly decent. That doesn't mean that I think he's good enough. That doesn't change how I feel at all. I still think you clearly see when you play towards Alvarez, in form or out of form, the team is significantly better. So why would you play towards Solot in this situation when Alvarez is not injured? Even out of form, he's still doing better in these situations. We score the XG different. In the first half, we had about 0.8 XG, right? Despite the 4 chances that Diana created. In the second half, even if you take out the XG from the penalty, we created nearly 2. That's do you see the difference? We created over 2 times the amount of chances in limited minutes. As much as you could say, oh, well, the game was already open, or whatever, it's like that means you can take advantage of these moments. You created more in limited time than you would have done in significant time. It shows these 2 game plans don't work quite the same. And so
but I mean, like Solot, I think he was necessary. Like I can't really blame Simeone for starting Solot in this match. I think that was a necessary because again, like I said, like you need something physical up front for Sevilla.
There are games where this is necessary.
Exactly.
I think
exactly. Not every game, but yeah, some games, yes.
But
not every game, some games, yes.
We've come to this conclusion. It's not that Solot himself, his profile is the wrong profile. He's the right profile. He's a tall guy who can do things that you can't get from Julián. You want players like him who are similar to what Costa is supposed to be, what we call it. Oh my gosh, who's the Croatian striker we had with Griezmann in 2015? Right?
Gamero? Mandzukic?
No, Gamero is French. Mandzukic, right?
Mandzukic.
These kind of profiles where you need somebody who can link up on these other aspects of yourself. That's fine. Although Mandzukic was a bit slow. That's fine.
The guy was good in air though. I mean, I really loved him.
Very good in air.
I really loved him. But like he left for Juventus. I didn't like that. But yeah, okay.
I have no problem with that because there was no counter-attack goals during Mandzukic, and then all of them came back after him. So it's like, but Mandzukic and these things like that profile is fine. But if you can't do the things that we want quickly, the problem is Solot in a different team, let's say the Premier League, would flourish because he has the space and the time to do whatever he wants. Because did you see the goal the other day against Chelsea? Later into the game, I think it was what team was that play? Chelsea versus gosh, but these days my brain is not here, but Sunderland, right? I was watching because I wanted to see Ronaldo and all this other stuff, right? So I watched that game, 8 seconds of uninterrupted. A guy just has the ball, waiting until his team comes, and then there's an easy goal. That is terrible defending, and that's kind of the standard in the Premier League, to be honest with you.
Oh, you mean that the long ball, like he controls it and like he waits and then he lays it to outside the box and then he curls it in the winner.
Terrible defending. If that happened to Atletico, I'd literally just give up. I'd give up. Because I don't care how bad Longley is, that never happens. Because if Longley does that with Atletico, he's not playing another minute with us. Genuinely. I'll put up a petition. I don't care. But anyway. That is a defensive failure. And it's like, to me, that you can easily take advantage of that. And so I think in a different team, in a different system, he can be better. But for us, we are playing with Alvarez. If we want his profile, that profile needs to cut that we're looking for. We need to find somebody who can play alongside Alvarez. Solot and Alvarez don't really link, and they have never really linked. So I feel like the experiment is done. I'm going to see him again. We're going to see him until the January.
Yeah. Like I said, like you're right. I mean, like someone like Diego Costa or even Morata would have been perfect for Julián Álvarez because Morata has that technical ability as well. But again, like we need that tall, physical profile up front for Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, transfer window for that.
But who would you find? I mean, again, it's expensive.
That's not my job.
Vlahovic, you go for Vlahovic again. Vlahovic is not really good. Like
No,
I saw that.
there has to be more than just Vlahovic. Like football is not. You can't find anybody. We found Samu after one game. Like that's not impossible to do.
Yeah, but again, like you see the potential in it. Like the only guy I see the potential is the guy we have in the academy.
Well, Jane.
Exactly. You
I mean,
can actually like
Jane
if
is not.
you
I mean, you could use him.
yeah
But
if you
it's
invest
40
like you know
kilowatt.
if you develop him properly, yes, he can be that guy. But he is tall, he is fast, he can be our Samu 2.0 for easily. But then again, it's how you develop him. Like even in the friendly, you just use it for 5 minutes. That's not how you develop a player of that caliber. So again, depends on how you develop it. But until then, I think Salah would be here. Again, Salah's future is up in the air as well, with Newcastle looking in, because some are saying Nike Voltemade might leave for Bayern Munich because Harry Kane's contract is expiring. So a lot of things can happen in summer. On some again, there were some reports of Lewandowski returning. Sorry, not returning. Joining us as well on free. But I don't know if how I would feel about that. A 38-year-old guy, or 39. I think he'll be 39 by the time he'll be at Atleti. Oh fuck no. Over 38, 39? Are you kidding me? Even though it's Lewandowski, like his fitness is very good, but
It's
again,
just the fact that he's finally racking up injuries for the first time in his career, and you would want, and it's like we're accustomed to taking players that Barcelona has kind of thrown away and making them good again, but this is a little too much.
and exactly. I mean, the guy's like on the verge of like what? Like it's gonna be 40. You're gonna play a guy who's 40. Like get Joaquin from Real Betis. I don't know what he was. He's retired. He's retired,
He's
right? Like,
retired, yeah. He's retired.
yeah, or get Kike Garcia from wherever he's playing right now, Espanyol, Alaves. I don't care.
Uh,
Like, it doesn't make sense. But anyway, let's get to the next part. Also, Julián Álvarez, again, Julián Álvarez has scored his 37th goal for Atletico Madrid. That's, I think, 37, 38. Which one is it?
I can't remember. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I think it's 37 because yeah he scored 36 goals with Man City, so now he has scored 37 with Atletico de Madrid. That's again one more he scored, and in 30 less games. 30, that's a lot. 30 games, 33, sorry, 33 fewer games. That's almost a season. So like people saying that like yeah, Simeone is not utilizing Julián Álvarez that properly. I mean, this speaks for itself. 33 fewer games than Man City. He has scored 37 goals with Atletico Madrid. So again, I think Simeone is using Alvarez properly. But like again, Alvarez could have had more by now. Actually, it could have easily been in 40 if he scored against like Frankfurt with the chances he had, or against
I mean, it's still a lot,
Mallorca.
so I'm not focusing too much on that. But
But yeah, anyway, exactly. Like I mean, this guy has been pretty good. Simeone is utilizing him properly, and this guy has been on upward journey for sure. But like, I hope he gets his form back as well. And Antoine Griezmann again is the 11th player to score 200 goals in La Liga, which is good. 11th player again, that's a big achievement. I think he can go even up the table if he. I think he's here with us until 2027. So yeah, he can easily reach maybe 220 or something. Let's see.
we'll
Let's see.
see.
We'll see. But yeah, anyway, let's just get to the ratings for the players, and let's start with Oblak. Think Geeks, what do you think?
8. Well, actually, let me put 7 because there wasn't much to do. There was the Gudeli chance, and that was kind of it. I don't remember too much dangerous moments for the Oblak, but great performance by Oblak again. Backline, let's do Llorente. Great game, but again, not much to do. So 7. Jimenez and Hanko, same thing. Maybe 7.5. I like both of them a lot more actually because of the fact that we got a clean sheet. So I'll put like a 7/7.5 for everybody in our backline. Like you did great. You didn't do too much because you didn't have to do too much. But when you were called, you did what you needed to do. In midfield, that's really questions. Nico, I don't like what he did on the day. I think he wastes way too many chances. Um, Still good movements, but wasteful. I'd probably put like a six, maybe even a five if I'm being harsh. But six is probably fair. He still at least showed up in the right places, but whatever. Koke did his job well. Seven. I can't do too much. Bayana it's 7.5 because he created all those chances. But I just like the negative is probably the amount of space that was given up as a result. And Giuliano, really good game in the second half. I can't remember too much about him in the first half. So man the match, I guess, but eight, like a eight, I guess. And then Julian, again, second half player, 7.5, and so a lot. Even though I think you had a good game, I didn't really like what how limiting it was as a result of it. So probably a six as well. Your thoughts?
I would say Oblak. I'll give Oblak a 7.5 because again, like you said, like one save from Goodley, and then there was a core Adams header. That's it. And then Lorente, I couldn't see Lorente going, in Sevilla's half or making those runs that often, which we actually see. So just for that reason, I think it was okay. I mean, it wasn't bad. Like I'll give him a 7. Jimenez, again, just to win that penalty, I'll give him a 8 because I'll give him a 8 for that. David Hansko, I'll give him a 7 as well because again, I think he didn't have much to do, and like whatever duty he had, like he fulfilled it. And Ruggieri, I would say bad crossing, but still a good game defensively. Good aerial duels as well. So again, 7. And then the midfield, Giuliano, I'll start. I think Giuliano, I'll give him an 8.5 because again, like you make the most of your thing. You win the ball, you create a chance, and you set it up on a plate for Thiago Almada, and then you make the team much more comfortable after the 2-0. So 8.5, and just because you're the man of the match as well, after regardless running up and down, 8.5 for Giuliano. Koke, I would say I didn't see him much. I think like he has ran out of energy. Whatever he had, he has given us, and I think it's time to rest Koke now. I'll give him a 6.5. Nico Gonzalez, you had 2 chances. You should have at least scored 2 goals in the first half itself. I mean, like you mentioned, like good runs for sure, but again, wasteful, very wasteful, and 5 extra for limping for half of the game. So I'll give him a 6.5 as well. And then Baina, I would say you created 4 chances in the first half. I mean, like, yeah, defensively you weren't that good, but like we can't really expect that from Baina. It's not that kind of a player. So, but I'm gonna give my twin brother 7.5, and then Julián Álvarez, again, first half was wasteful from Julián Álvarez, and second half scored the penalty, yes, and then he again gained more confidence, created a few more chances, a very good ball to Koke, which I think again Koke had legs, he would have reached it, maybe could have been in a chance. I'll give Julián Álvarez a 7. I think that's fair. And Sorloth, I'll give Sorloth. I mean, you had 1 chance, yes, which I think you kept the shot on target fine. I don't know if you were controlling the ball or actually setting up Nico Gonzalez where he hit the post. But again, like he created a chance, Sorloth as well. And then good link up play. I'll give Sorloth a 7 as well. And then the substitutions. I would say, okay, let's start with Gallagher. Gallagher, I'll give him a 6. I think he had a decent game. Actually, 6.5 because of that running he made in the second half where he was chasing every ball. 6.5 for that. Thiago Almada, goal and assist. That was a 7 for me, easy. And he made defensive tackles as well. If you remember, Thiago Almada was there defensively as well. So for me, Thiago Almada, a 7.
I think as good as a substitute performance as you could have.
Yeah,
7,
exactly.
8. It's like,
Angel, no, like just because he had like less minutes. Angel Korea 2.0. Fine, 7.5. You're gonna push me for that. 7.5. Okay. Gallagher, Thiago Almada, and then Griezmann. You missed a chance. You scored 200 goal. 7.5 as well. Actually, no, 7. You missed a chance as well. 7. Julián Álvarez could have easily got assist. 7. So 7. You'll get a 7. Okay. Who else? Griezmann, Thiago Almada, Gallagher, Raspadori. Raspadori, I couldn't see him at all, to be honest. I don't even know how to rate him. Molina, I did see you. You made a very good pass to Thiago Almada, and you made a hug to Griezmann when he scored a goal. So just for that, I'm going to give you a 5.5. What are you
okay.
saying, Kicks?
Gallagher, good game. 6, 7-ish. 7. I liked what he did.
Oh,
I think he cleaned up.
wow. Okay.
No, I
You're
mean,
giving 7 to Gallagher. Okay.
you're giving him minutes based off of what he did and these other things. So it's like, yeah, it's limited minutes, but he did well. Almada, 8. You can't really get much better for substitute performance. Griezmann, 7.5. That miss does knock you down. That was a nonsense miss. I couldn't believe my eyes. What do you call it? Who else? Molina. I don't remember him playing. I can't give you a score.
You couldn't even remember him hugging Griezmann. Come on, that's a 0.5 extra. He was the first player to reach Griezmann to hug him.
0.5 out of 10. Like, I can't remember what he did. I can't give you a score. And the same thing for Raspadori. I think Raspadori came on a little too late. I can't remember much what Raspadori did on the pitch. So, yeah, that's it.
You're forgetting who else was there? Thiago Almada, Griezmann, Raspadori, Molina, Gallagher. Yeah, I think you covered. Okay, all right. Yeah, I think pretty much that's it. So again, so we cross our first path in November. So that's like the first match against Sevilla, which I think like was the difficult home game out of the 3 which we're gonna have. So we cleared that one 3-0 easily. Next up is USG. Let's see. I think like there will be a lot of rotations against USG for sure, but we'll discuss this in an episode soon. And then we have Levante as well at home. So again, should be an easy game. And then there's the international break, and then comes the scary Getafe away game, which is I think the most difficult game in this month, Getafe away. And I'm forgetting Inter Milan as well. We have Inter Milan at home as well. But still, I'll put Getafe at top and then Inter Milan. Getafe away is different. Last season, like against Getafe, I think it was the one where he actually.
It was one of the worst games I've ever
Exactly.
seen play.
Like we lost everything when we lost that game. Champions League, low on confidence. LaLiga, we lost points. We kept on losing. That was the starter of all the downfall we had last season. So again, I would say, and I mean, it wasn't Getafe. It was before that. I think we played a draw against Alaves, Espanyol actually. I forgot.
Espanyol was the game that we lost already. We only lost one game.
No. Last season was away where Julián Álvarez hit the post. It was Espanyol. We played a draw. Griezmann missed a penalty. When we lost that 15 unbeaten streak, it was the Espanyol game where we lost it, right?
No, Leganes,
yeah. Sorry, my bad. Leganes, yeah. I think it was Espanyol, Leganes, yeah. And then we lost to Getafe. So at least we were like again unbeatable, or like we weren't losing. So Getafe was the first one we lost a match. So yeah, that's a difficult game. But anyway, do let us know, guys. Do let us know your opinions about the match against Sevilla. And again, like and subscribe. Help us reach 500 subscribers. And do let us know about your ratings. What did you guys think about the starting lineup, the first half, the second half? Do let us know in the comment section. And until then, hope Atleti. We'll see you guys soon for the preview of the USG game. Ciao, ciao.